fucking lawyer. That's your problem. That's why you don't understand the gravity of why you're sitting in this chair at 1:30 in the morning.
Today, we'll be going through the interrogation of one of the most cunning 18-year-old cold-blooded murderers who thinks he can fool the cops. Make sure to watch until the end, as his antics will leave you stunned.
Wait. They took my boots? What boots?
The blue ones, because they have blood all over them.
On September 29, 2016, 18-year-old Christian Hillman was riding his dirt bike when he got into a confrontation with 64-year-old William McLaren. Things got heated in no time, and Christian took William to a nearby church's parking lot where he almost beat him to death. Unaware that several witnesses had seen the attack, Christian fled home. Shortly after, police were notified, and officers quickly arrived at Christian's residence to arrest him. He was then brought in for interrogation.
We were riding, and all of a sudden, this guy in this truck just pulled up behind me, and he started...
You were on what? What were you driving?
What was I driving?
Yeah.
I was driving the PCR 230. Anyhow, the guy in the truck pulled up behind me, and he started blaring his horn at me, and I had no idea why.
Let me ask you this. Where were you at when you were riding? This guy pulled up behind you. Where were you at?
Well, I don't know if you guys know the area.
I do. I used to work years ago when I worked the street. I used to work there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Right a few houses. Now the police already stopped by my house today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Some detectives.
Oh, why?
I don't know. I was really mad at my mom though, because she just let them right in the house and everything.
Christian tried to appear guilt-free in front of the officers, portraying himself as the victim. However, he was unaware that William had suffered fractured ribs and a fractured skull and was clinging to life in the hospital.
So, basically I stopped for a second, and he started getting all mad and getting out of the car and everything. And I was like, I don't want trouble and anything. And he put his hands around my neck. And there was a thorough ass beating after that.
Okay.
Honestly, I feel like I was in self-defense though.
You feel like what?
Self-defense though, because he really did attack me first.
The witnesses saw 3 people on ATVs and dirt bikes.
There was only 2 of us.
Christian was still not understanding the gravity of the situation that he had found himself under. He continued trying to portray himself as innocent, unaware that the detectives were far from convinced and weren't going to let him off the hook so easily.
What does he look like? Is he a black guy, white guy?
Real quick. It is like, how do I explain him? He's a white dude, got really long hair. Could I put these handcuffs on?
No, you don't.
Alright. Those aren't handcuffs. Those are ankle cuffs. They go around your ankle. Hell yeah.
So you're riding the ATV. This truck pulls up behind you, and it's just kind of following.
Yeah, like he turned his brights on. He tried to run me off the road. Like it's a small dirt bike. He pulled up the side and he started pushing me off to the side of the road. Like I almost crashed a couple times. Basically what happened is I asked him like, why are you following me? Like why are you? Cause I pulled over into a church parking lot to let him go by, and he stopped. And then I honestly think he was intoxicated.
How often do we see suspects trying to play it cool in front of the cops to come out clean? Christian was no exception. But what he didn't realize was that the detectives were already steps ahead. They had spoken to his friends and were searching his home for evidence to seal his fate.
He got out of the car and he put his hands around my neck like he was trying to strangle me.
Did he say anything?
Yeah, he was talking a lot of stuff. Well, he was there at first, but as soon as the fight started, that's when he wanted to shoot out.
Okay. So he puts his hands around your neck, and
like it was like a really hard. It wasn't just like a play thing. He was trying to strangle me.
And then what did you do?
Well, like I used to be an ex-heavyweight boxer, so he hit me in the face once, and then I just lost my.
Okay.
As the detectives questioned Christian about his actions, it was shocking to hear him describe the road rage incident and the brutal assault on the elderly man.
I don't know. But I really feel bad about it. Like, I really don't like resorting to violence. Like, I hate violence, man.
Sure.
But I just lost my temper.
Okay. Well, what did you do? I mean, you lost your temper. Did you yell at him? Did you spit on him? I don't know what that means. I wasn't there. So you lost your temper. What did you do? Explain the beatdown. What was the beatdown?
Well, basically, he tried to pick me up. He was like, "Oh, you." I can guarantee you he was intoxicated.
Okay.
And he got out of the car and he was like, what are you gonna do? He tried to put his hands on my neck and everything, grab my neck. So I got him off me and I hit him in the face a few times. He started to like stumble down.
With what?
With what?
What'd you hit him with?
My hands.
Okay.
I kept hitting him and I was telling him to please stay down before I have to hurt you more. Like, I really don't like hurting people, but he was gonna hurt me if I didn't stop it.
Okay.
Christian was blatantly lying about everything. He was the one who struck William initially and refused to stop even after he had lost consciousness. The officers discovered his steel-toed shoes covered with blood.
Friends. Who's your friends?
Just if one of my boys would have pulled up, like, I don't want him freaking out at him either. Like, I caused the situation. I take, like, full responsibility for my actions.
Mm-hmm. So, all you did was punch him, and when he was on the ground, you kept punching him?
Yeah.
That's all? Were you punching him in the face, in the foot, in the arm? Where was you hitting him?
Well, I kind of lost control for a second, to be honest with you, officer.
And then how did it end? What happened at the end?
Well, he was just laying there. I really knocked him out cold because I didn't want him to get back up.
And that wasn't the only evidence officers had against Christian, as they also saw a social media post made by one of Christian's friends with the caption, "My boy just came out victorious." It was the final nail in the coffin for Christian and was enough to prove that this was a murder driven by anger, not self-defense.
And then what happened? Was your people at home at your house when you went back there?
We just got back and we just hung out for a little bit.
You said you contemplated and talked about what happened. What were you guys talking about?
Then what?
You said that after he was gurgling, the guy was gurgling, and you guys left, got out of there, and you contemplated on what had took place. What were you guys talking about?
Like afterward?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. We're just trying to forget about it. Like, I lost my temper. I really hate being angry. Just same thing as usual. Just shut the garage door, shut the ATV and the dirt bike in there. Then went inside, smoked a couple cigarettes.
After the brutal beating, Christian and his friends went back to his place without reporting it to the police. This later led to another charge, but for now, detectives focused on getting him to tell the truth.
The boss locked me up.
No. Well, we need you to be completely honest with everything.
Oh, I'm being completely honest with you guys.
Okay. Not being completely honest with everything. Okay. And I don't want to. I appreciate you're trying to come up with a story that it was self-defense and this guy grabbed me by the neck, and I don't have the forms with me. But do you realize there was an event at the church when this whole thing took place? You were so angry you did not realize who was around, who was watching, who was listening, and I'm not yelling, screaming. I'm being just giving you straight up.
You're being cool, bro.
You gotta be honest. You know, like I've done this job way too long to know. One, you're not giving us certain names because I think this might be your boy. You don't want to tell on your boy. Blah blah blah. We're gonna find out. So that's not gonna help you out when we find.
Christian tried to bully the cops, but he had no idea that things were about to get tough. The detective had been respectful. That wouldn't last.
And we can talk to witnesses who don't know you and don't know the victim. So for a case like this, it's simple. I mean, we just talked to the witness. What'd you see? What'd you hear? Who did what? Who did what next? It's better than catching it on video because you have witnesses who don't even know you. And you guys didn't realize that they're standing watching this thing go down. They watched what you did, what you guys did. They heard what was said and what happened. And that's how we ended up there, just because they were the ones that called 911.
No, that's understandable.
So, your story is not even close to what these witnesses, these poor folks, saw. It's not true.
Can I get an attorney in here?
What's that?
Can I get an attorney in here? It's up to you.
Moments after the detectives got tougher, Christian panicked and asked for an attorney. That's when one of the detectives, who had been quiet until now, turned it up and started playing with his mind.
Oh, hell yeah. I never had it on before.
Yeah, you're gonna have them on now.
You think that's cool? What's cool?
Having those on?
No, it's just a new experience.
Okay.
But I mean, you almost like think it's like cool. Do you think it's cool to be here right now?
I mean, no, I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's cool somebody put their hands on my neck too and threaten me.
Okay.
That's not cool.
But here's the other thing I want you to realize, okay? You asked for an attorney, so I'm not asking you any questions. I'm just gonna talk for a second.
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
All right? How old are you?
Yeah.
Okay? And you walked up in here and you're talking to my partner, calling him bro. He's over twice your age. You should be calling him sir.
I did call
What I'm sitting here listening to, while I'm sitting here in my chair, is listening to a kid who thinks that he's just talking with two guys instead of understanding the gravity of why he's sitting in this room.
The officer delivered a sharp verbal blow, cutting through Christian's overconfidence and bullying demeanor. He thought he was untouchable, but the detective wasn't done putting him in his place.
And you need to grow up, young man.
Sir, can you please stop raising your voice?
No, I will not, because you know what? You are not going to tell me what to do. Do you understand?
I will file a complaint on
Go ahead, do it. Go ahead.
Go give me my fucking lawyer. You think this
Really? You see what I mean? Hold up. Sitting there calling me a nigger?
I never even called
One of my partners here?
I never even called you a bro.
Really? What did you just say? That's your problem. That's why you don't understand the gravity of why you're sitting in this chair at 1:30 in the morning. Because you're a kid who thinks he's a tough guy. And you want us to sit there and believe that you're just driving down the road on your ATV and this guy's honking his horn and you didn't do nothing wrong? You got an attitude and it shows by the way you're talking to my partner in the
He was
end.
a 7-year-old man.
And he also put his hands around
Okay. So you're gonna say that to all these other witnesses that saw what happened. And when we talk to your boys, I guarantee you their story isn't gonna be the same. Oh, because they're gonna look out for themselves.
Because they're not going to tell you.
Okay.
Christian seemed quite confident in his friends, hoping that, like him, they would maintain silence and try to fool the cop. However, the same night, his friend was called over and didn't even hesitate to speak the truth.
So he jetted off, I got on, we jetted off, hat flew off, put it back on, and I couldn't find it. So I was like, he's probably right up here waiting for me. Because I could see like the blinking light for like the four-way stop. I turned around and I called him. I'm like, yo, Christian, where are you? First and I'm like, we're still out dirt biking, dude. I need to find Christian before we head back, because I don't know where I am. And he's like, alright, bro, well, where are you back? Because I'm Hank. I'm like, alright, hang up, call Christian. Doesn't answer. Phone, I'm looking both ways. I get a call from Christian. All I hear is like frantic, like moving and stuff like that. And I'm like, Christian, are you still driving? Like, stop, like answer your phone. And he's like, this dude's unconscious. I was like, what? This dude's unconscious. So I'm like, what? So I pull up some more and I see this like truck with its, hazards going off. I'm like, what the
Even his friend found everything wrong with what he had done. They weren't saints themselves, but it was clear to them that what he did that night was unacceptable and inhumane.
And then I hung up and I put it in my pocket, pulled up to see where he was, because then it was just like a bunch of like muffling. It sounded like you go like this. And I finally saw the truck, so I pulled up and he was like right there, and this dude's like laying there unconscious, and I'm like, dude! And he's like, dude, he choked me. And I was like, what? I was like, we need to go, bro. You just knocked him out. Let's go, bro. And he's like, all right, bro, let's go. And he was like trying to like pick up his dirt bike, and like people started showing up and he started like talking to all these people and everything. And I was just like sitting on the ATV like, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck. And then he got on and we just jetted back to his crib.
Okay.
Christian said he laid hands on him and Christian just beat the shit out of him. And he said it was complete self-defense. Like, I've known Christian for a while now.
You know what self-defense is?
I mean, it's like when someone like attacks you and you use like, I would say, I guess a little bit.
Did that sound like this scenario?
As badly as he was hurting, I couldn't tell you.
Honestly, as badly as he was hurting, do you think this is self-defense?
He continued to explain the condition of the poor 64-year-old, and coming from his dearest friend was surely game over for the cold-blooded murderer.
So, this is in a severe condition. Like,
Sure.
like punching someone in the face and knocking them out is one thing, and like, or like pushing someone out of the way or something like that. But
And then
like,
doing what? After you push him out of the way, you get the hell out of there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But apparently he was like kicking him and shit, and like all of this like extra shit. I was just like,
Do you think that's a little extreme?
it's not a little extreme, it's a lot extreme. Like,
Sure.
I was knocked out at a party once, and the guy slammed my head in the cement, gave me a concussion.
Right.
Like, I don't like fighting.
The detectives also contacted another friend of Christian's who showed more empathy than Christian and agreed that what he did was surely a little too much. Back with Christian, the detectives were now becoming confrontational, determined to reveal his true nature.
Y'all got a warrant?
We're doing a search warrant at your house right now.
Oh, you are, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get my attorney in here
I
right
have
now.
no idea who you're playing with.
Yep.
Oh, believe me, I do.
So the
Yeah.
ATV, the bike is coming out of the garage right now, the blood all in the garage, everything. We have it all.
There's no blood in the garage, cuz.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. You slipped up, buddy.
You got a lot growing up.
Oh,
on you.
yeah, as smart as you.
Give me an
We're not
attorney.
bringing an attorney in here.
Oh, yeah, really? Okay. I'm gonna sue the y'all.
We're not
I have the right to an attorney.
You do
Get in here right now.
and you can get
And
one.
when you go over to the jail, and then you can call and get an attorney. Okay?
What the f*** am I going to jail?
You'll find out.
Find out.
Big tough guy.
You're a
You'll
tough
find
guy. You
out.
know all the answers, bro.
Y'all some assholes, bro.
The detectives let Christian inside the interrogation room alone for quite a long time. This is another strategy used by cops during interrogations to guilt trap individuals. However, that is when Christian dials his father and has a weird conversation. It was
I know something's got me super f***ed up.
What?
You wanna know something's got me super f***ed up?
What's going on?
Well, right now I am in the Kent County Police Department. I am chained to the floor and they were refusing me to give me an attorney.
Well, we have to hire one. What do they charge you with?
No, this is the thing, Dad. Like, literally, they will not get me a public appointed attorney, and that's their job.
Because we can afford one. They don't have to get you one back to their rating.
Alright, well, you're not staying in jail then. I'm sorry, like, somebody's gonna have to bail me out.
I don't know who for.
clear where Christian got his sense of entitlement from. As if that wasn't enough, he went on an abusive rant to his father.
What are you arresting for?
Well, for getting in a fight with that dude. I shouldn't even brought my ass down here. They're trying to pull that good cop, bad cop shit. That's hilarious. They think they got that shit all figured out like there's some OGs or something.
Christian, you know,
I'm 12. I don't give a f about them niggas.
Christian, come on now. You know, you're letting things work for yourself. Just talking like that.
No, the only problem, this is what I'm not understanding here, is they will not give me an attorney which is supposed to be present during this time. They have me shackled to the floor.
It turns out Christian's cool boy nature was all getting done, and now he wasn't finding the ankle cuff as a new experience. The detectives had pushed him to tears, and in his desperation, he called his mother.
Hello?
Want to come down to the police station?
Right, well, I have the
the detectives here right now.
Alright, well, what are they saying to you, and what are they searching?
For the clothes that you wore.
The clothes that were? Oh. How you let them in the house?
So they have a warrant?
Oh, they had a warrant?
Yeah. I'm sure they don't want to wear your dirty underwear.
Alright, no.
This is not a laughing matter, I know, I'm sorry, Christian.
Yeah, like, I'm really pissed. They have me chained to the floor.
They changed it to the floor?
Yes, I'm pissed.
Why would they change it to the floor?
Yes. So you come down here, like, right now and settle this out? So I'm not having it. They refuse to give me an attorney. They will not have a publicly appointed attorney come in here so I can talk with them. And that's my right.
Christian is still unable to understand the gravity of the situation at hand. He believes his parents can get him out of this mess, but little does he know the man he assaulted would later pass away.
Hey, everybody just left.
They did, so do you think you can come down here now?
Are you out?
What?
Are you out?
No, I'm chained to the floor.
They told me that that you will probably come home tonight, but they have a lot of questions for you, and they don't know when that will be.
Alright, well, I'm going to have the best lawyer ever there, so their questions aren't going to do.
Well, one thing they said, this one detective guy said that they already know.
No attorney could save him now. Christian nearly went into shock when he realized the officers had his bloody shoes.
You think I'm finishing out any of my boys?
The trouble of it is that they already know who it is.
Watch for I like it.
They know who it is, so what I have to do is wait for you to call me when the detectives are in, but they're bringing you some clothes to put on because they're going to keep the clothes you got on. They took your boots.
Wait, they took my boots? What boots?
Your blue ones because they have blood all over them. This is not going over well for you at all.
No, not.
Shortly after the interrogation came to an end, Christian was eventually charged with assault with intent to commit great bodily harm. But 5 weeks later, Mr. McLaren passed away in the hospital. That is when his charge was changed to second-degree murder, and he was later sentenced to 22 to 100 years in prison with the possibility of parole. Currently, he is still in jail and will likely stay there for a long time ahead. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today we saw a disturbing case of a psycho teenager who couldn't control his anger and made the biggest mistake of his life. It is great to see justice being served, and we hope the bully doesn't see a day out of prison. If you agree with me, please consider showing your support by liking this video. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to watch some of the most corrupt cops ever to wear the uniform.
Okay, I'm sorry. Drop the fucking pot.